Okay, I want to talk about gifted students. And I hear a lot of people, no, I don't actually hear it, I read it a lot on social media and different sites where people say, my child is super good in, they're 4 years old and they're already reading or writing or doing these amazing things. And then there's lots of other moms that hop on and say, that's abuse. Don't let him do that. You're going to ruin your child. Forget it. Let him play, play, play. Here's what I have to say about gifted students. One, I encourage you to keep it to yourself. Because as soon as a mother says that they have a child that is academically sound, that is an instant flag for a beating from people all around. It is not something that anybody wants to hear bragged about, even if you were not meaning to brag about it. Now, honestly, life shouldn't be that way. We should be happy for each other. We should not care, but people do. That's just the harsh reality. People don't want others to appear to be better than themselves, even if it's really just appearance. If we're all down in the mire together, we rejoice in that. But if somebody comes out of that, then somehow you're not well thought of. So first of all, if you have a child that is gifted in any way, don't tell anyone. And two, I think the most important thing that you can do for your child is to challenge them. And let me tell you why. I'm going to actually tell you a story first. I have a son of mine that school has never been the easiest for. He has had to work his hiney off to do anything. But he does. He works so hard and he's come such a long way. I'm so proud of him. And he was in physics class this year with a teacher who's a doctor of something or other. I don't even know what. And she's a veterinarian. That's what she is. Anyways, when she first started off the class, she was lining out all of her expectations. And I expect attention to detail, not to make the same mistakes more than once, all of these lists of things. And I'm looking at it thinking, he's toast. Oh my word, he is toast. That is just not him. He will make the same mistake several times before he finally learns it. He's a mastery learner. He needs to do it over and over and over. And so I wrote her an email and I said, I'm not sure this is the best class for him, but please advise. This is my son. This is what I've known of him. What do you advise? She was wonderful. She wrote back and she said, you know what? I have twin boys who one was extremely advanced and gifted and flew through school straight A's and could do anything you put before him. And his brother struggled and barely learned to read by 8th grade. Struggled for every single thing he got. She said, in a few months, the one who struggled will be graduating with a bachelor's, I think she said, in engineering. And he is doing phenomenal. And she said the one who was gifted dropped out of school after the first semester and is now, I think she said, at a convenience store. Why do I tell you this? I tell you because so many people don't realize the value of struggling through something in life, something that didn't come easy, something that you have to work hard for. It comes at a cost. And when something costs you something, when it costs you time, effort, oftentimes tears, you value it so much more. And when it comes easy and it's a breeze, there's not much value put into it. Now, honestly, humans are made that way. So if you have a child who is gifted and everything comes easy to, and you fail to challenge them against everybody else's input, you just let them just ride it out, and you never make them, push them to a place where they're not comfortable. Now, I'm not saying abuse them by any stretch of the imagination, but they need to feel what it feels like to do something hard, something difficult, something that they have to struggle for. if they never come against anything that they have to struggle for, they don't value the education. And then later on in life, and it's usually, and this is a quite high statistics for this, it's usually the first year of college that these valedictorian A students that are gifted beyond belief drop out. There's a huge number of dropouts of kids that were super gifted and high academically. Why? I personally believe it's because they weren't pushed and made to challenge and struggle through something. And when they didn't have to challenge themselves, when they weren't challenged, when they didn't have to work through difficult things and come out on the other side, when they were faced with difficulty later on down the road, which happened to be college, maybe they were bored, maybe they didn't like their teacher, the teacher was mean to them or unfair, by which, honestly, that's a part of life, right? We all face that. Maybe it was difficult for the first time in their life for any number of reasons. When they were faced with difficulty, they quit. They just quit. So while most people would say, don't push them, just let them be, I say the opposite. It's in the challenge. It's in pushing them beyond where they're comfortable, where they have to struggle through something and hold on to it tightly. That's where they learn to dig their roots down deep. So if you have a child that's gifted, push them. Push them beyond where they feel comfortable, just like the child next to them who is struggling for everything has to put their roots down deep, and they're better for it. They are better for it. So by the same token, if you have a child who struggles for every ounce of schooling that they get, don't push them beyond where they're frustrated. Now, that push where Matthew, my second son, has had to come against, he didn't get pushed to the point of frustration, but he had to work hard. And those are good qualities. Qualities that you want for the child that struggles, and qualities you want for the child who it comes easy to. Push them beyond where it's easy. Now, the tricky part for the one that struggles is not pushing them so hard that they quit. So it's a balance. Pushing the one that it comes easy to harder, faster, so that they're not always just comfortable and skating through life, but also not making the one who struggles, making it so impossible for them that they want to give up and quit. So this is a balance for both. Both the child who academics doesn't come easy to and the one who it does. They both need to find that perfect place. You actually, as a parent, find that place where they are pushed beyond where they're comfortable, but not to the point of frustration. Every one of us need to come to that place, because the places in life that it cost us something, we value. So if you want your child to value whatever it is that you're giving them, whether it's an education, whether it's morals, work ethics, anything, they have to go beyond where they're comfortable, because it's in that beyond comfortable feeling where they dig those roots down deep, and that tenacity and that strength of character comes through. So push them, not to frustration, but push them beyond where they're comfortable, and watch that tenacity begin to form in the gifted and in the struggling student, and watch them both succeed. Good luck.